But shifting gears to a different kind of vampire, the House of Representatives right now is filled with, if not vampires, the Walking Dead. I've made this point over and over and over again. These people think they are Republicans. They are not. They are MAGA-encrusted remains of the Republican Party, but they are now the Christian Fascist Party. And one of the leading Christian fascists is a congressman named Clay Higgins. Clay Higgins. I don't even know what district or what state he's from. I really don't care. But he is a card-carrying member of the Christian Fascist Party in the U.S. House of Representatives. And the other day he warned that Special Counsel Jack Smith's, quote, days are numbered, end quote. Why? Well, you know why. Because Jack Smith has brought federal charges against Donald Trump. Now, Jack Smith, of course, as we know, is leading the charge in prosecuting the orange bastard, both for his alleged attempt to retain the presidency and his obvious attempts to hide sensitive government documents at his Mar-a-Lago winter palace after he was removed from the presidency by the American people. And Jack Smith is prosecuting him for the orange bastard's attempt to overthrow the U.S. government. Now, according to Daily Beast, Representative Higgins issued this ominous warning during an appearance on the neo-fascist media outlet Newsmax last week. He painted a recent court filing Mr. Smith made to obtain a list of accounts that liked or retweeted Trump's Twitter account as a backdoor tactic for spying on regular Americans. That's what it is. It's not an attempt to gain evidence. It's an attempt to spy on regular Americans, like Congressman Higgins. Higgins said during this interview on the Newsmax toilet, quote, so let me say regarding Jack Smith and his request for another list of American citizens under some alleged legitimate investigative effort, I consider it a badge of honor to be on another one of Jack Smith's lists. So I'll just say that his days are numbered. And American patriots are not going to stand idly by, good sir, and allow our republic to dissolve. We are prepared to fight legally and peacefully and within the parameters of the Constitution with every ounce of our might and focus, end quote. What the fuck is this guy talking about? Dear sir, we're not going to stand idly by, good sir. Is he talking to Special Counsel Jack Smith? Or is he talking to the geek fuck that was interviewing him on Newsmax? I mean, what kind of language? And allow our republic to dissolve. How would our public dissolve? Again, the corruption of language, the butchering of language. The whole purpose, you dumb bastard, Mr. Higgins, of Jack Smith's investigation of the orange bastard is to preserve our republic. But not in maggot world. In maggot world, everything is ass backwards and upside down. So, yeah, no, okay. Now, of course, it's unclear why this geek fuck, Mr. Higgins, used the phrase, days are numbered. You know, normally that means a reckoning of some sort is imminent, is the way the Daily Beast puts it. And he also insinuated that people he calls patriots, were going to take action. Only later in his half-assed little talk here to the sewer dweller on Newsmax, did he insist that they would take this action and do it legally and peacefully. Oh my God. Let me go back and read The Vampire Nun again. Now, Jack Smith, of course, is not an elected official. So it's unclear what so-called legal and peaceful actions Americans could take that would remove him from his position. The truth is there is none, except his firing, which I don't think the Attorney General is about to do. But Congress geek Higgins has been accused now of being violent and threatening both as an elected official and during his time as a, no surprise here, police officer before he took office in the U.S. House. Interesting how those two sometimes seem to go together. And no offense to police officers, I had them in my family until they all died. But in so many cases, you find a police officer is inside a real bully bastard. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them. Some are really there to protect and defend. But some, like Christian fascist Congressman Clay Higgins, ex-cop, is nothing but a Class A son of a bitch. Now, earlier this year, it was Higgins who grabbed and shoved a protester who was demonstrating near an outdoor press conference where the crazy bitch from Colorado, Bobo Bober, was speaking. And Higgins, I guess he was, trying to impress Bobo. I mean, if she could reach over and grab the privates of one of her boyfriends watching a play, I'm sure Mr. Higgins thought, well, if I can impress her, maybe she'll lean over and grab my thing. Higgins insisted at the time that the protester was 103M. 103M. That's cop talk for a mentally disturbed individual. And that the demonstrators' actions were in violation of the law. He's a 103M. Now, what was the 103M doing? Well, nothing. He was just holding a sign about the fact that Bobo is a freak from Colorado. No charges, by the way, were ever brought against the protester. Now, Higgins resigned from his police department in 2007 while he was being investigated for misconduct, including using excessive force against a black man he encountered while doing his job. That's according to a complaint filed and released by New Orleans online newspaper. Mr. Higgins worked as a public information officer at his next police job, where he shared viral videos of himself in uniform, threatening to extract punishments against criminals, alleged criminals, as part of his department's Crime Stoppers series. He resigned from that post as well after he disagreed with the sheriff over the tone of his videos. In February, this creep bastard threatened to arrest Twitter employees over their alleged involvement in suppressing the Hunter Biden laptop story, which Mr. Higgins compared to election interference. Then in June, he included what appeared to be a coded call for an insurrection in one of his tweets after one of Mr. Trump's indictments. Higgins tweeted, quote, "Buckle up. 1/50K, know your bridges. Rock steady, clam. That's all." Which is cop talk for, hey, I am really an ignorant asshole. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm trying to impress the girls. Maybe Bobo will read this and want me to come over and grab mine, or I can grab hers, or... Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. You know, the Progressive Voices Network brings you commercial-free commentary from today's leading progressive radio hosts and pundits, like me, Mike Malloy, 24 hours a day. I'm not your typical old guy from the 80s or the 90s talk radio host, and Progressive Voices is not your typical talk radio network. It's a listener-supported nonprofit with no corporate control whatsoever over our broadcast. So hosts like me, Mike Malloy, are free to rant and scream and carry on about whatever we like. We're often controversial, but we're never boring. Weeknights, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West on the Progressive Voices Network. Always progressive, always on. I'm Mike Malloy. Keep it lit.